Hi, my name is Devansh Chandgothia and welcome to the presentation titled Defenders, an online game that demonstrates the challenges of p-values. My colleagues and I designed and created an online game that is modeled after the popular genre of tower defense games. In this game, the main objective of the player is to stop the virus from spreading in the island by placing medicine turrets in strategic locations. Players also need to make a strategic choice of which medicines to choose, as different medicines have different effectiveness against the viruses. To help the students, we designed a lab in which the students collect data and conduct tests to determine if there is a statistically significant difference between the effectiveness of different medicines. Through guided questions, students quickly recognize that the hypothesis tests and p-values can lead to misleading results. Now, my colleague Liam will walk us through a quick tutorial of the game.
This is the first level that students will be able to play in the game Defenders. A level is made up of a virus starting position, a path that the viruses follow, and several locations where students can build turret defenses. Clicking on these locations allows them to build turrets, which must be given medicines. Medicines have different probabilities of destroying viruses that they make contact with. Building turrets also lowers funds, of which students have a limited amount. This forces them to make strategic decisions as they cannot fully build on every location. As you can see, viruses begin streaming down the path of the level, attempting to reach the end once a wave is started. If they do reach the end of the level, the student's health will be decreased. If this happens 3 times, they'll be forced to start over. You can also see that there's a live update of the data gained of the effectiveness of each medicine. In this example, the red medicine has a 75% probability of destroying a virus, while the blue medicine has a 72%. Destroying viruses also gives us more funds, so we can build another turret. Perceptive students will realize that the different colored medicines have different effects on the different colored viruses. This means that the effectiveness on the right side is not always a clear indicator of the effectiveness of medicine. Students can also look deeper into the data to make hypothesis tests and inform their strategic decisions. Once done with the level, students will be able to go back to the map and progress along the island. This unlocks different turrets and different level layouts as they play the game.
So the lab that we create helps students walk through the process of collecting, visualizing, and analyzing the data once they've played one of these levels. And as we've observed, the students are highly motivated to use the analysis from the lab to develop a winning strategy for the game. Now, my colleague Ryuta will walk us through a quick tutorial of visualizing the data through our online Shiny app.
Click on the Data Visualization tab on the right side of the screen. It is connected to our Shiny app that has all the data collected from Defenders. The students can now click on the Group ID dropdown to find the data associated to their class. Now we can select % destroyed to see the effectiveness of the medicine. It is not apparent that there are any significant differences between the two medicines. However, we can select Add Box Plot and see that the blue medicine appears to be more effective than the red medicine. We can also guide the students by looking at the type of viruses. And we can see that there may be a potential interaction effect. The blue medicine appears to be more effective on destroying blue viruses, and the red medicine is effective on destroying the red viruses. And the students can also select other variables such as turret type and upgrades to see whether these will affect the effectiveness of the medicines onto the viruses. This app helps students to quickly visualize how multiple variables could influence the results of the hypothesis test conducted in their lab. Inside the game itself, students can access the data generated by their own gameplay, but in the Shiny app, the student can get access to data generated by their class, which has a lot larger sample size. For more advanced analysis, students can click on the Defender's Data tab on the bottom to download the CSV file of all data collected by the game or associated to their class.
So lastly, as part of the lab, the students are asked to read ASA's statement on statistical significance and p-values. Then they are asked to select one principle and discuss how it specifically relates to this defender's activities. The game also provides a context for students to think more critically about interpreting the p-values, and It also asks the students to carefully consider the implications of messy data, bias, and confounding variables, and the importance of sample size. That is all from us. Thank you so much for watching this presentation.